Alright, this is a viewer requested vid by jcodswimma. He wanted to see my, knife collection. Well, dude, it'd be a lot of trouble to get all my knives out onto one table, because I literally have them everywhere. But this is the bulk of it for the most part. But if I find a couple knives here and there, like in the vehicles or, first aid kits, it's nothing too special. It's usually like a Victorinox or maybe a Chinese produced knife, or nothing too special. Interesting, but you're not missing a lot. So as you can see, some knives peeking out over here. I'm gonna go through my bulk of my knife collection as quickly as possible. I'll start with the one I'm playing with right now. What better to start with? This is the Gerber Evo. This is my swimming knife, actually. Every time I go swimming, it's a deep carry, so I'll just shove it in there. I'll shoot a bunch of Rem oil all up in the pivot system and onto the blade. And, yeah, it still hasn't rusted on me. It's been my diving knife for a while now, and, well, it's never seemed to fail on me. This is so much fun, as you can see. This takes up 90% of what is supposed to be my sleeping time. I put a totally new edge on it, which I really wish you could see. The serrations I redid myself. It is a bit wiggly, but that's just because this used to be my folding throwing knife. This was a ton of fun. I got this for literally like $5. It was amazing. Next is my freestyle. Everybody knows what these are. It's basically got two tools on it. I keep it on my bag in case I ever need it. The pliers I use pretty heavily, but this blade, I put a razor sharp edge on it, and it's just never been used. So I really like having an unused razor edge blade on me in case I ever need it. Alright, these are kind of interesting. I included this into my knife collection video because, well, I consider these multi-tools, and I consider multi-tools knives, so, yeah. I'm sure you know what these are. The Victorinox, what are these called? SD cards. I made a mistake the last video. These are actually called the classic, micro, but it's got the pen, the tweezers, the toothpick, the file. It's got, can't really see that. It's got a ruler on the front and back. And then I made this little lanyard hold with a lighter and some extra paracord I had laying around. This is the one I usually carry with me. This is the ZT350. This is about to be my, hey, look at that in popular. That's amazing. This is about to be my project knife. I've been thinking about, satin, just putting a satin, finish on the grind and the swedge, and then just leave the flat portion black. I think that'd be a really sweet contrast. A little bit dirty because I used it today, but this knife is also a great deal of fun. As you can see, it's my left-handed knife, so I am ambidextrous. This is a Tool Logic. Hasn't been used. It's something I keep in my bag. This is the pocket companion. Yeah, credit card companion, but I just call it the companion. Razor sharp chisel grind. I rebeveled it here, and then redid the serrations, so now everything is just razor sharp. It's got a little hole in there for some reason. I think that's just for aesthetic purposes, but I don't know. I don't care for it as much because your knife is only as strong as its weakest point. So now there's 3 places it can break: at the tip, in the middle, or at the choil here. Super comfortable. So I don't mind having it. It's got a little compass and magnifying glass if I ever need it. Took the tweezers out because they're plastic and cheap, and well, they kept falling out and floating around in my bag randomly. So this is an interesting tool, probably the most used tool on this thing. If I don't have my my multi-tool on me at the moment. Got a flathead screwdriver and a can opener, which works really well, and I may do a video on that. Next up, you saw this earlier. I literally have these lying everywhere. These are 50 cents at my local PSA store, so you know, you can only imagine how many of these I have lying all over the place. Everybody's seen these, I don't need to show you that. Try to keep this quick. Oh, this is interesting. In places where I can't carry a knife, they'll usually allow a Kubotan, so this is one I use. I just use a cheap carabiner. I only use the cheap one, so it's a quick grab. You can get to it easily from my belt loop. So, yeah. Thought I'd throw that in there, even though technically it's not a knife. What does this look like? Can you guess? I'll give you a moment to ponder on that one. I bought this used, by the way, and someone tried to... I don't know what they did there. I don't know if that's a scratch, but it looks too precise to be a scratch, so... I don't know. I'll let you ponder on what this resembles. I'll come back to that later. Ooh. Yes, the ringer. Let's look how much use has been on this thing. Not very sharp after cutting like yards of shingles with this, but yeah, as you can see, it's got tons of pocket time. So, got the woodland scales on that. It's got the can opener, which works really well, especially for cutting open zip ties. You sharpen this thing, it's a beast. You've got the bottle opener and the flathead screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver here, and, you know, the file. But I'm running out of time here, so. Here's another thing that's interesting. Whoa, what is this? This is an Aotar Chinese knife, as you can see. I've been practicing my hand sharpening, my freehand sharpening. Jay Davis taught me a little bit about that, so that's why I got a little bit of Sharpie residue on that. But if you want a big, hefty knife, which I'll do a review on this because it really deserves it. I got this for literally like $30, so you could buy like a really old used beat up K-bar if you're lucky, or you could get one of these new, and they just chop-aholic. Best saw on the back of any survival blade I have ever seen. Probably the worst finish I've also ever seen on a knife, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. That's going to be my next video. This knife is an unnamed Chinese brand. It was actually a gift from a friend, so I put a whole new edge on it, and I pretty much love it. It's super light, too, so I'll usually use this for batoning, maybe carving, too, because it's got the extra finger control there. Most of this weight is in the handle, actually. I have no idea what these scales are. I'm literally like 2 minutes away from running out of space here. Need to get a new memory card. If it cuts out, it'll cut out, and I'll just, you know, post a part 2. But, this broke on me literally yesterday. I was fixing my bike up, and it just snapped right in half. There you go. I was gonna put a review up on this thing with very positive reviews, but maybe I was grossly abusing it for a light-duty multi-tool. So this is the Vapor, and I don't know if you've seen any of my previous videos, but there's something a little bit different about this than what you've seen last time. I have blackened the pocket clip here. This knife is about to be my pimp job knife. I am currently preparing to acid etch the blade, and I think it's going to be a super fun project, so maybe I'll get some of the handle scales too. I'm thinking about blackening these handle scales here. It's on the female side. And I don't know. I'm definitely going to acid etch the blade though, because I got some pretty sick ideas for it. It'll be awesome. I have the Gerber Crucial, which is my skate park knife. every time I go to the skate park, I'll just throw this in my first aid kit. So this comes in handy a lot. I bought it used, obviously, but it's got some markings on it. I don't know. It's like half of somebody's name. I buy all my knives used, but it doesn't matter as long as they're in good shape. Yeah, this has seen a lot of use on my skateboard here. Kershaw Blur, which is my main EDC knife here. This is my right side carry. Razor sharp. This is hair shaving sharp. And roughly 2 seconds for running out of memory. Well, maybe I'll cut it here and do the rest of the knives in another video. So yeah, stay tuned for part 2, which is no different to you because I'm putting them out at the same time. So wow, your life is super easy, isn't it? Alright, bye.